Welcome back everyone. This video is about CRUD operation using Node.js with PostgreSQL database. We will use Prisma ORM. So let's start. In the previous video, we implemented how to connect Node.js with PostgreSQL. In this video, we will perform four CRUD operation: create, read, update, and delete. So let's start. This is an empty folder. In this folder, so let's first of all create the package.json file. So for that, come here to the terminal. I will just open the bash. So here we will just generate the package.json file, okay, for Node.js. So for that, let's write npm init -y. So after generating this file, now let's install what we need, okay. So let's first of all install Express, which is the framework of Node.js at Prisma client. Okay, this is used for Prisma ORM, object relational mapper. Let's wait for the installation. So the package has been installed. Let's install div dependencies also, which are nodemon, which is used for to automatically refresh our app whenever we make some changes, and Prisma. These are just at the development. We use at the development stage, and node command that is install. So let's now create our server. So to create server, for that, let's create a file with the name of index.js. In this file, let's first of all import Express. So by default, the import will not work. So let's first of all commit to the package.json. Down from this main here, I will add a type module. So now we can import components or files. Yeah, app express. Let's create express app. So we can import this from. Let's just remove this. We don't need this one. So simply let's now use let's use middleware. Okay, const express.json, okay, to just be able to get JSON format data. Come here down and here up.listen port, for example 3000. Let's create callback function, and here console.log server is running and port number 3000. So this is all about to create our server. So now let's run it. Okay, so to run it, we will simply write npm start. So let's add the start script here at the package.json. In the script area, just come right here, we will add the start. We will use nodemon index.js. That's it. Now let's run the npm start command. So it will start our server. Look at server is running and port 3000. So after running the port, before writing the endpoints, the APIs, so let's first of all set up the Prisma ORM to create connection with the PostgreSQL. So for that, just come here. Let's take a new terminal. So here we will just come here, and here we will write npm Prisma init. So it will just initialize Prisma. So to list of supported command, npm help unknown command Prisma. So it says Prisma is sorry, that is npx Prisma init. So it will initialize the Prisma. It will create a Prisma folder inside our project. So let's wait for it. So the Prisma file has been generated. So look at, this is the Prisma file. So let's open this file. So in this file, look at, we have generated client, the provider of the Prisma client change that we will install, and of the output it will just generate other files in this directory. Okay, generated in Prisma. So we can remove this also. Let's come here to the DB. So for the DB, the provider is PostgreSQL, and the URL is that we will. It means that we want to create connection with our local database. So we will just take that URL, this variable from env file. So it generated the .env file also. So let's now write here the connection string. So the connection string for local database will be something like this. I will just write for you. PostgreSQL double slash username. The username of your PostgreSQL, which is Postgres. After that, the password. So the password of my PostgreSQL is. So after that, we will just write at localhost. So after that, the port number of PostgreSQL. So whenever you are installing Postgres, so you should assign a port number. So that is 5432 slash database name. So for this project, this is just I will assign CRUD name for this database. So after that, schema equal to public. So this is the connection string with PostgreSQL. So let's open Postgre pgadmin. Yeah, pgadmin port. This is a GUI tool for locally when you install PostgreSQL. So let's wait for this. Come here to the Prisma. Inside Prisma now we will just create a model. So let's create a model. So our model will be, let's simply write post. We want to just create a post. First of all, we will have ID. So in ID, we will just have the type int, and at ID, it means this is a primary key, and at default, the default value of this ID will be auto increment. Down from that, we will have title, that is string. Down from that, content, string, but question mark, it means this is optional. So after that, create it at. So here we will just assign date, time, and the default value. Now, so this is the model that we created. We will get our models like this in our Postgre and Node.js using Prisma. So after creating these, now let's just migrate it. Okay, so to migrate these further, let's come here to the command. You will just run a few commands. npx Prisma migrate div. We will just assign a name. This is the initial migrate. So let's press enter. Let's come here to the Postgre. So ID and at ID Prisma schema unknown function at default. So let's check the spelling of our model. Here the default. Auto increment, that is increment, yes. Let's save that. So it's loading, error, country's database server at localhost 5432. So let's check what happened. Connection timed expired. Please enter the password for the Postgres. Yes. So the connection has been started with PostgreSQL. We don't have the CRUD database here. Look at the databases. So now we will create this CRUD database. Okay, so let's close this. So I was just running migrate. So let's run now this. Yeah, Postgre database CRUD. So look at CRUD database has been created, and also here we have the migration. So look at in the Prisma folder we have the migration, the initial one. So let's come here to the Postgre. So let's refresh it now. So we have CRUD. Look at, so this is CRUD with us. So just come here now to write our code. Come here to the index.js and we will write the endpoints. The first thing is post. We would like to just have a route that is post, and here we will have async operation, request and response. Here this function. So inside this function now we will just write the code for to create a post inside our database. So for this, first of all, we will just get const title and content from body equal to request dot body. So after getting them, now let's write the code. So in this code we will just insert a record to the database. So to insert a record, for that, const post equal to with them await. We will simply write prisma dot post. So let's first of all just import Prisma client from Prisma client. So after generating that, now let's write const Prisma equal to new Prisma client. That's it. Now let's write Prisma dot post dot create. So inside is the data. So for the data we will assign title and content. So that's it. So it will just create a record inside the database, and here we will just return response.json. We will return the post back to the front end. That's it, simple. We will just return simple responses now. Also we can add here the status to o1.json. We can add that here also, status 500. So that's it. Now let's run our Postman. So I have installed the extension of Postman. So let's come here to the Postman, new HTTP request. So come here to the body. First of all, we will make it post request, and we will insert here the path, the URL, which is localhost, and the port number was 3000, I think, in the index. Let's check that. So the port number is 3000. Look at /post. We will move to this path. Come here to the raw, and here we will insert title first and content first, and come here to the header. We will insert content type, that is application JSON. Yeah, express.json to accept JSON format. So we don't need anything else. Let's run, send this request. What happened? Yeah, I think the server is not running, so let's cancel it, and we will just run the server. npm start. We faced with an error, so it says Prisma client did not initialize it. Please run Prisma generate. So it says you must generate for client. So npx Prisma generate. Press enter. So it is downloading. Yeah, Prisma engine for Node API for Windows. So let's wait for that. Yeah, that has been generated. So now let's start it. npm start. Once again, client initialize, please run Prisma generate and import, and try to import it again. Add new Prisma client, npx Prisma migrate. So yeah, in coding we face these type of errors. So let's generate migration once again. So now let's generate the Prisma. So just come here, npx Prisma generate. Okay, npm start. Yeah, this server is running okay, and port 3000. So let's come here now to the Postman, and we will just send this request header content application JSON. Let's send it. Let's check the response. So look at, we received this content. Okay, created art. Now let's check the database. Just come here and let's refresh this. Refresh it. So let's come here to the schema, the tables. We will have post table. So let's read now the data of this. So look at, we have the first record, title 1 and content 1. So this is our first record that we posted. Now let's read this data. Okay, so to read this data, for that, simply just come here back to the Postman. Yeah, we are at the Postman. Let's make it git. Let's insert one another record. Okay, just come here. This is second, this is content second, and let's submit it. Yeah, we have inserted our second record also. Now let's read it. Okay, come here and make it get request. That is okay. Let's create endpoint for that. So after git slash posts async request, so it will generate code for me. And the copilot, yeah, thanks. That's it. Okay, this is the code for to just get the posts. Prisma.post.find money function, we will use that. Now let's try it. Take a new HTTP request. I will just copy this URL. Paste that here. Press send. So we received those two records. Look at both of them. Title 1, title 2. Now let's update it. Okay, so to update a record, for that simply let's come here and we will just write the endpoint for that also. Up.put. So the copilot will generate code for me. So first of all, we will get just the ID from request.params and we will update that data. So today I will just explain this code for you. Let's generate the code for the delete also. So just come here, I will just explain now this so post ID. Okay, look at, so we will just pass in ID in URL. So after passing that, we will use request.params to read that ID. So after reading that ID, we will just extract title and content from body. Then we will just update that prisma.post.update where ID is the ID that we passed. That ID find that record, then update the title and content. So for the delete, we will pass ID. In URL, we will just extract that ID from URL. So after that, we will post or delete where ID is the ID that we pass, simply like this. Okay, this is the API codes, the endpoints. Now let's come here and we will just implement the update and delete also. Let's make it put, and for put we will just use, let's post/id, post/ for example second record, and we want to just pass the data title updated, content updated. That's simple. Come here to the header, and here we will just pass content type application JSON. So let's try it. Let's send it. What happened? So we received an error. I think that is type we cannot stack property. Body, it is undefined. So let's just change this text. Okay, here in the body this should be JSON. Let's make it JSON, and let's press send button. Once again we paste the stack property, request is undefined. Let's say that is undefined. I will just show that. Headers, content type, application, JSON. Oh, that is JSON. Okay, this is misspelled. JSON, that is okay. Let's press send button now. So look at, the content has been updated successfully. So now let's get that record, press get, and let's, so we will just receive the get. Let's check that in the database. Okay, let's run it once again. So in the second record we have title updated and content updated. It means we successfully updated the record. So let's now delete it. Okay, so to delete it, for that simply change this method to delete and post second one. We want to delete this one. We don't need anything, so let's send that. So 204, no content. So let's now go back to our code, how the delete API code was. Prisma 204, yeah, we have received the 204 request. That is okay. It means the record has been deleted. Let's run the database. I think the delete, yeah, we have just the first record, nothing else. Okay, it means the second record has been deleted successfully. So it was all about the CRUD operation using Node Express with Prisma ORM and PostgreSQL. So if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.